Welcome back to The Compressor Guru. Hey, the guru said, today we're doing a Saylor Beal 705. Let's get to it. So folks, here we go. Here's the Compressor Guru.
Thank you, wife. Got two of these. We are battling the clock and the calendar. I get a new knee next Wednesday. I want to get at least one of these tore down on camera just to show you the teardown process. I have no idea if either of these will rebuild. These are actually my inventory. If we get one rebuilt, it will be for sale. So if you're interested, let me know. But I'm going to be out of physical work, but we'll still be putting videos on. Here we go. So I have a bearing splitter behind it because this has an odd number of spokes and this is three-way and my good puller is a two-way puller. So I couldn't get a hold of the wheel in any normal fashion. And down here below, can you get a shot of that? I took the bolt out that was holding the flywheel on and tight. There's a bolt goes through here. I took it out and I drove the hammer in here and it is coming off that easy. Now I want to tell you, I've been a dealer for years of Saylor Beal, but I've not torn one of these all the way down. I've torn down a clone. We did that here on camera. But I was so disgusted when we were tearing this machine down because to get the fan guard off, you got to pull the flywheel. I'm rant over.
You say it's over, but it's not.
I know. Okay, we're going to drop that down so I don't drop that flywheel 4 feet. So in case you ask, we put this down close to the ground so that if it gets away from me, because this is a heavy wheel and I'm fat, old, and arthritic, if this gets away from me, we'll be able to set it right down on the ground and not have a 3-foot drop and fall and break. And that's how easy that one came off. Moving on. Valve cover. Valve cover on the floor. That darn gravity. 2 valve covers on the floor. Imagine that.
I'm not paying for it.
Yeah, really. Okay. I don't have the spanner wrench that size, so we're going to see if they'll turn out easy with a punch. If they don't turn out easy, we might do a few other things. They're all fairly tight. We're going to put some penetrating oil on these valves. And I might have to make a spanner wrench. You've seen us make tools before. But in any event, we're going to take and put some lube juice on this. We're going to tear a few other things apart while we're right here. So we're going to take the intercooler off. One thing I do like about the Saylor Beal intercoolers, they're cast iron. They work and they can't vibrate and break like other brands. Other brands are a brands have copper tubes with steel fins. You gotta be kidding me.
Is it a 10 millimeter?
Say it louder, Will.
They hurt me. He makes fun of me for the 10 millimeter stuff.
Gonna have to get a thin wall. Okay, so I didn't take this bolt all the way out. I'm going to bump it loose so I didn't drop it when I take the bolt out. Because the illusion of intelligence is gravity.
Simply thinking of
So while we're draining the oil, we can pull the side cover.
like
Didn't go on the floor. I'm hurting, babe.
It's another one of those high-tech tools.
Yep, homemade.
You made it? I'm thinking
sharpened.
some silverware company
I
made
actually
it.
sharpened it.
You really sharpened a butter knife?
Yep.
Does the center screw need to come out any?
No, it's a fill hole.
Oh. Maybe it's a little frozen. Well, there we have it.
Now this is important. This side cover is on Saylor Beals. A lot of the clones that you'll buy, I saw one for sale at Sam's Club. We have them for sale through a aftermarket warehouse. But a lot of your clones don't have a handhole in the side for easy disassembly and assembly. And if you're ever looking to buy a used compressor, make sure it says Saylor Beal on the side. Make sure it has Saylor Beal cast into the casting. And if it doesn't, it's probably not a Saylor Beal. It may look exactly like this. This is a popular clone. Anyway,
So it says Saylor Beal on that cover right there?
no, on
Oh.
the casting on the other side.
Okay. And what is this doodad you're taking off?
This is the low oil shutdown switch. And this is different than the Ingersoll shutdown switches that have the float inside of the crankcase. This simply monitors the oil, and here's the low oil, or here's your oil sight glass to determine how much oil's in it. But the float's actually built into this mechanism right here. And instead of having to tear the cover off and then take the float out and then take the switch off, we're able to pull the switch right here, and that's going to make it a little easier to work on too when I pull the cover for the governor weights, or that's going to make it easier to work on when I pull the cover for the unloader weights.
Oh, so I see your little oil screen now.
There you do.
Yeah,
All the sight glass.
yeah, that one. What's that thing on the top? The bubble. Yeah, that.
Don't ask a question I can't answer.
Oh, sorry. The guru will tell you later.
Hey, that's loose. We should do an instant replay on that.
Well, all for mine, I got a big zero in of your shoulder.
Okay. Anyway, so there's no float assembly comes out. It's all self-contained in here. And this is an option to have the low oil shutdown. To take the crankshaft apart, our pilot weights go into, screw into the end of the crankshaft. So in order to take the crankshaft out of the crankcase and do a proper inspection and bearing change, we have to take the pilot weights off to get this section apart. And you'll see what I mean.
That's a fancy little tool you got. It's called a key handle. It's an Allen wrench. Yeah, I know it's an Allen wrench, but it don't.
Okay, there we go.
Ah, I see it's starting to come apart. Looky there. See how easy that was? Well, there he is with that cool jibber jabber machine. Or fancy Allen wrench. Ew.
Yeah, somebody wasn't taking very good care of this machine. We're going to try something. Folks, this is different than some of the old Kellogg American compressors. The older Kellogg American compressors, you had to take the pilot weights or the unloader weights out before you could take this off to remove the crankshaft. And this is different.
Does that make this easier?
Actually, yes. Yes. And I didn't know that until I was looking at this. I'm like, that hole is big enough, it should go out around the weights. So, we'll be right back. For us, it's going to be a day. For you, it's going to be moments. And we're going to take those valves out and finish the teardown. That's what I went in search of. And bingo.
Okay, this is the one we snapped those things off on. Sorry.
They look pretty good. Having PB Blaster on them didn't hurt either.
So if we'd have been in a hurry and tried to do them yesterday before they soaked in PB Blaster,
They may not have come as well.
or at all.
Folks, this is really important to have the right tool. This is the high pressure intake. And it actually looks okay. We'll of course rebuild it before we put it back in service, if we rebuild it. The high pressure discharge. Ouch.
So what are you doing to getting that out? Are you screwing it or?
No, I'm just pinching.
And then just lifting it out?
Yep, wiggling and pinching and lifting and pinching my fingers. And here's the thing though, we're going to knock the head off and knock these out from the bottom because it'll be easier that way. But so we're going to knock the head loose now, and we'll knock these valves out from the bottom where it's easier to get at them. And all we have to do is go between a couple of pins and that should come loose. I'm going to get my SK screwdriver and do a little prying.
Is that an old screwdriver or a good one?
No, but I'm not chiseling with it.
Okay, because I like my SKs.
I do too. I heard SK was sold to a Chinese company. I'm not sure what's going to happen to them now. Okay. Uh-oh.
Are you sure you got all the little screws out? I mean bolts out?
They're all out, well. It's time for our other homemade specialty tool.
Oh, here comes the kitchen knife, folks. Well, it's starting to sound different. Is anything happening?
Yeah, it's happening.
Hey, it's lifting up. I told you that's all you had to do is pound up there and it would come right up off. Is that not what I told you?
This is why she gets all nice comments from you people. Okay, now this is the easy way to get the valves out. Maybe. There's an easy one.
That's an SK. Careful.
Yep.
Use that other one. Well, no wonder you couldn't lift it up out.
Why, Val?
Because it's really jammed in there. Just a minute. Well, that was fun.
Yeah. Now, when you're in the field and you have them this tight, that's a real problem. Because even if I went to the field with a set of valves to do this, chances are I'm not going to have a head gasket.
So you can't put that back on unless you have a gasket.
Yeah.
Use the old
Especially the way I
gasket.
ruined it here. So,
Yeah, somebody chiseled at it.
yeah.
Who did that?
I don't know.
Let me just zero right in there.
Okay, what we're going to do next is we're going to go into the side of the case. So we're going to take our connecting rod. Done moving. So we're going to take our connecting rods off now. It's a 5/16 Allen wrench. Going to break it loose. Wow. There we go. Uh-oh.
Maybe we better reverse that.
Can't, it's underneath. Crap.
Oh, is there another one in there too?
Yeah, there's one on each side, babe. Doesn't work well without being tight.
These are the jokes, folks. He didn't have the air hooked up to it.
Now there's two things we want to watch when we're doing this. We want to make sure I wasn't on it. Now, there's two things we want to make sure while we're doing this. These are paired to the rod, so we can't mix up the low pressure and the high pressure,
Turn it sideways too.
because this may be microscopically different from the other rod and it won't wear well on the thing. And we can't put it on the wrong way or the same problem. So we're going to track this, and this bolt, I'm going to leave it in there, I'm going to lay it off to the side, and that bolt goes to the side where the hand hole isn't.
And if we didn't know what we were doing, we would have taken a picture of that.
Yeah,
But we know what we're doing.
We have video evidence of what I just did.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you.
me.
Yes.
See, you're welcome.
Yes, dear.
I don't know about you folks, but I'm glad he's not my dentist, because that doesn't sound good. Oh, looky there, it came right out.
I'm setting this one on the other side so as I don't confuse them.
Do they look exactly the same?
Yeah, but I'm not putting them side by
Put them
side.
side by
right
side
now.
and let us
No.
see. Where
Okay.
is your sense of adventure?
No. There's too much value here, and it really looks like this is going to rebuild.
There you go, folks. It could be a Saylor Beal that you always wanted.
To my friend in Alabama with the 9,000, he's been asking for a saylor-beal rebuild for a while. Looks like we might be able to give him one.
I'm sure if you're in the South, you understand.
Our friends in Mena, Arkansas got 13 inches of snow last night, or 2 nights ago.
Because we recorded this in January. It was that big storm that went across the South. Got the butter knife?
Got the butter knife. Folks, I can't believe Saylor Beal glued everything together on this. But the way those bolts came out, I'm gonna bet this is gonna be just as tough to get loose. And I broke my knife.
Oh no! Oh no, can I see it? Oh no! Wait, let me zoom right in.
I'll be back. Okay. Tight puppy.
Here. This will help you.
And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to make a prediction. In 10 seconds, she's going to say, see, that was my idea.
Well, I did go get the screwdriver.
Okay. And we're almost done with our teardown. What's very important to do right now. Put this back together the way they came apart.
Are you sure that's the right way? Because
Yes,
it's now
I am.
upside down.
When I flip it over, this is the back screw. Thank
Yeah.
you, Bill.
Well, I was just checking to make sure
You're
you knew
just
that.
messing with me.
I'm trying to keep you young.
Too late.
You know, when you get old like you, sometimes, you know,
You're older than I am.
I know, but I don't act it.
No, you don't.
But I'm not going to, because I saw friends of ours took their snowmobiles out and swamped one of them within 20 seconds. Wow. You pulled that out of there like you are the man.
Don't forget it. Okay, these come out with a snap ring. Speaking of snap rings, we're going to do a tool review. We showed you those neat Titan snap ring pliers. We're going to come back and review them. We're going to do a long-term review on that air ratchet I've been using. We're going to do another tool review that we didn't show you the first time, but it's going to be a warning not to buy it. That might be our next episode.
It's not going to be a butter knife, right?
Yeah, it might be. So that's going to come out. Just checking the way that feels. I think we need a wrist pin. We're going to pull our low pressure piston out.
Here he goes, folks. Oh, wow, it's chubby.
Hey, I've lost 60 pounds. That wrist pin doesn't seem as bad. Set that off to the side. When we're tearing down, we take a look at our cylinder walls. A lot of hone marks in the bottom, but that doesn't mean anything.
Well, if you turn that back, I could actually see them.
Okay. And our low and a high pressure. I don't feel any bad marks. We'll have to do a close inspection. But as of right now, this is a rebuildable unit. So give me a couple months to heal up. This will get rebuilt and this will be for sale. Last thing we're
You
going
gonna
to
leave it so I can get some close-ups?
Sure. Just taking a quick look at the rod journals. They look very nice. We've got to take our key out. Now, camera weight,
What?
you've been bragging about how you can do this stuff
Yeah.
because you filmed so many things. Why did I take that key out?
Well, because the thing won't come over top of it. That's to keep in case these things come loose. The whole thing doesn't fly apart.
You mean the seal won't come past the key?
Exactly.
Yes.
That is the words of. I know what I'm getting you for Christmas next year.
New butter knife?
Yeah.
are loose.
Is it supposed to come out of there?
I think. I'm still done, but I do believe our problem is this still needs to come off. I'm going to take a long drift and go in here and see if I can't drive it through. Not that one.
Something sounds like it fell.
Yes, dear.
Oh. So it was the other end that wouldn't come out.
No,
Now
it
we
was this
know.
end. Folks, thank you for checking this out. This is a Saylor Beal 705. We will be rebuilding this. We have another one to tear apart, and we'll take the best parts out of two, make one, do a complete rebuild. And the one thing that would have helped me on taking that crankshaft out would have been to remove the pilot weights first. I did this wrong. Do not confuse right and wrong. I did this wrong. I should have took the governor weights off before I pulled the crank, because I could have moved the crank enough to slip it out that hole that's just barely big enough. Anyway, future episode, we got 3 of them planned that I can actually shoot after surgery. One's going to be a tool review. We're going to tell you the good and the bad about some tools we've talked about here in the past. And we have 2 different maintenance men at factories, and we're going to talk to them about their service priorities, how they do things. And I'll pick these 2 guys out of all the service guys I know, because these 2 guys are on top of it, and they've got systems, they're knowledgeable, and I thought it'd be nice to share their knowledge with you. We're going to do them in 2 separate episodes because of scheduling issues. Anyway, thank you. God bless you. January 15th is surgery day. I covet your prayers. I'll be off my feet for a little while, waiting for my new knee to heal up, but we'll still be here, and we thank you, and God bless you. Bye.
Thank you for watching this episode of The Compressor Guru. Please hit like and subscribe and use the notify bell so you will know when the next new episode is released from The Compressor Guru. God bless you and have a great day. Maybe it has to come up out the top. Can you lift up on the other end a little bit?
Those pilot weights are in the way.
Oh.
Folks, I'm still done, but I do believe our problem is this still needs to come off. I'm going to take a long drift and go in here and see if I can't drive it through. Not that one.
Something sounds like it fell.
Yes, dear.
Oh. So it was the other end that wouldn't come out.
No,
Now
it
we
was
know.
this end. On me.
Folks, if you look over his ear, you can see our little propane heater back there with its tongue hanging out going, "We're not doing any good here. We're not doing any good here. We're almost done. Yay."
Yay. Folks, thank you for checking this out. This is a Saylor Beal 705. We will be rebuilding this. We have another one to tear apart, and we'll take the best parts out of two, make one, do a complete rebuild. And the one thing that would have helped me on taking that crankshaft out would have been to remove the pilot weights first. I did this wrong. Do not confuse right and wrong. I did this wrong. I should have took the governor weights off before I pulled the crank, because I could have moved the crank enough to slip it out that hole that's just barely big enough. Anyway, future episode, we got 3 of them planned that I can actually shoot after surgery. One's going to be a tool review, and we've got 2. You okay?
Sorry, folks, I was yawning. Not that this was boring, but go ahead, dear.
One's going to be a tool review. We're going to tell you the good and the bad about some tools we've talked about here in the past. And we have 2 different maintenance men at factories, and we're going to talk to them about their service priorities, how they do things. And I'll pick these 2 guys out of all the service guys I know, because these 2 guys are on top of it, and they've got systems, they're knowledgeable, and I thought it'd be nice to share their knowledge with you. We're going to do them in 2 separate episodes because of scheduling issues. Anyway, thank you. God bless you. January 15th is surgery day. I covet your prayers. I'll be off my feet for a little while, waiting for my new knee to heal up, but we'll still be here, and we thank you, and God bless you. Bye.